Welcome to Biltmore Forest, a master-planned residential community south of Asheville, bordered by the Blue Ridge Parkway, historic Biltmore Village, and the Biltmore Estate. At the turn of the 20th century, George Vanderbilt arrived in western North Carolina and set out to build more than just a home. His was a vision of a romantic European village.
The whole idea of the estate and the village was poetic. Biltmore Forest has continued in that same vein when you look back at Hyden Ramsey's book on Biltmore Forest and recognize that whole idea of the surrounding rolling hills around the village of Biltmore and around the estate. That whole concept has been kept in Biltmore Forest today. In fact, you won't see curbs and gutters or sidewalks in Biltmore Forest. What you see in Biltmore Forest are something more like a country road and less formal, more relaxed, and more like the countryside. I think that what we're seeing today, certainly Asheville, unlike many southern cities, because of the Biltmore Estate, has had a more European influence with its architectural styles. And that basically has translated not only through the cottages in Biltmore Village, but into Biltmore Forest.
Over the decades, homes in Biltmore Forest have evolved to include a wide range of architectural styles. Some of the town's original, stately homes remain as a reminder of its history.
We are now starting to see some homes built in Biltmore Forest that were on the scale of the original homes that were built there. And there are still a number of brick ranchers in Biltmore Forest that we're beginning to see being removed and homes built that were more along the romantic lines of the original planners of Biltmore Forest. There were 3 or 4 architectural styles, for instance, French Normandy, Tudor architecture, there's some neoclassical architecture. So you see in Biltmore Forest some of these styles that were more prevalent in the Northeast than there were in the South at that time. And I think that is the signature of Biltmore Forest. It's a southern town, but it has a bit more of a New England presence.
This home was built in 1927 by my great aunt and uncle. It took about 2 years to build, and I grew up here. We actually renovated this house 6 or 8 years ago.
We put an addition on. Luckily we had the land to do it. And the whole thought behind that addition was echo and repeat what is in the main part of the house. So history, as far as we were concerned in this house, was extremely important. If we altered the state of the rooms as they are now, the house would be totally different and it would become irrelevant. It would not be historic anymore, and it would not be as graceful and gracious as it is.
We were really interested in privacy, and we wanted a lot of greenery around our house. We wanted a place where kids could ride their bikes. We wanted a place where they could just walk down the street and visit friends from school.
Biltmore Forest, it really is a forest. It's very natural, a lot of trees, like what he says, a lot of privacy, and there's not a lot of traffic, so it's very it's comforting that our children can be in the neighborhood and feel safe.
Biltmore Forest is one of the few residential towns in the country. It is a town. So we have our own police department, we have our own mayor. So I think that's a major advantage. For example, we don't have any retail businesses in Biltmore Forest. This is strictly a residential town, and there are only a few entrances in and out, which makes it nicer. We don't have a lot of through traffic, so it's very nice and quiet.
Well, it's very safe too, with its own police department. They are constantly patrolling. And we have a couple of beautiful parks that children play in constantly, and so that's nice too. That's nice for the parents.
Well, just outside of Biltmore Forest is a great proximity to downtown, so it's adjacent to Biltmore Village. And South Asheville is a growing area. There are a lot of great places to visit within, just south of town. a lot of shopping, a lot of restaurants.
Then we have to hop onto the Biltmore Estate and just be able to ride your bikes and take the kids out there and visit the barns and stuff. It's nice, and just do that on Sunday afternoon, and it's just right down the street.
It is, and of course the Blue Ridge Parkway is adjacent to Biltmore Forest, so you'll have to leave the forest to be on the Blue Ridge Parkway. That's wonderful.
You can go to a number of new developments, and most of them are nice, but they don't have a lot of character. They're all cookie cutter houses, or they're all modern, and they don't have the warmth and the feeling I think you'd get in an older home.
Many new communities that have been planned and built with new urbanism in mind today lack the same soul. And I think that's what you see that is still alive today in Biltmore Forest and some of the other newer communities in Asheville. And I think that soul has to do with the connection to the residents and to providing services there for them that are beyond what one might expect from a planned community today.
Living here, it's so serene and it's so peaceful, and it's a wonderful retreat for us.
We love it. So far, we love it. We've really enjoyed it. It's been just so easy for everything, for school, for socializing, for getting downtown. It's been great, actually. We love it.
We do. We made the decision to move here as a long-term decision, and that's why we took so much time to carefully select exactly where we wanted to be. This location, this home, this school, we're exactly where we want to be for the long term.
To learn more about Biltmore Forest and all the great communities in our area, contact your Beverly-Hanks associate or use the community search function at beverlyhanks.com.